Hey, welcome back. Since launching out in 2010, the Out of Darkness campus walks, they've actually become an American Foundation for Suicide Prevention's signature fundraising event that's rallying students and young adults in the fight against suicide, which remains the third leading cause of death among those aged 15 to 24. Joining me, we've got the co-chairs of Fordham University's Out of the Darkness Walk. We've got Ruzicka, and we've also got Laila Sayegh. And thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
You know, suicide is a really tough topic, but there's so many people on college campuses in the United States that really have had to deal with this, families that have to deal with the collateral damage. But for yourselves, you made it a personal mission to educate a college campus. Talk to me about why you wanted to work in this cause.
So I've been volunteering with AFSP since I was in high school. For me, just seeing how my community struggled through COVID, I wanted to get involved. And when I came to Fordham and I saw that we didn't have a campus walk, I thought it was a great time to start it, to have that open conversation about mental health on campus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was introduced to AFSP through Megan my freshman year of college, and since then it's been really inspiring to observe all the work that they've done, and I'm so grateful that Megan's invited me to be a part of it with her. I think especially like the day of the walk, it's so easy to see like the community that's come together from the Fordham campus and beyond into the broader Bronx area, and that's truly just like really comforting to see the solidarity that we've been able to create on our campus, and we hope that it continues to grow in the future.
Yeah. Now, to all of yours, it's called the Out of Darkness Walk, and for people who aren't so familiar with this Out of Darkness Walk, it's a walk for suicide awareness, and how does it go down?
So when you arrive, you're immediately greeted by some of our amazing volunteers. We have activities to start off with. One of our activities is our remembrance bags, and these are bags that people decorate whether they've struggled or for someone that they've lost, and we typically have them lining the walk route. There's about an hour of activities, and then we have a very brief opening ceremony before we start our actual walk, and that's a giant loop around campus, and you can do as many or as little laps as you would like.
Yeah, and as the years have gone by, obviously the numbers continue to grow.
Yes. This last year was our first year ever doing it, and as we approach our second year, we're already raising over $1,000 more for suicide prevention, which is the main goal of the walk. Our fundraising efforts donate a bunch of money to suicide research, to survivors of suicide loss, and suicide education, which could really help break the stigma on other campuses as well as our own, which is ultimately the goal.
Yeah. What advantage do you feel is having youth, young adults really speak out when it comes to the issue of suicide prevention?
I think college students are a population that really struggle, especially with stress and mental illness. So being able to have this open conversation, not only among students, but with alumni and faculty members and family members, all who attend the walk, just really demonstrates our support for one another while creating a safe community to have this conversation.
Yeah. And Laila, you're a co-chair, and what's it like being a co-chair? Has it been kind of burdensome trying to get everybody together, corralling the herd, if you will?
We've been really lucky to have a great team of people on our walk committee who are extremely ambitious, and they've really been helping us with outreach efforts and promotional efforts. I think something about being on this side of the walk rather than being a committee member like I was last year is really seeing the organizational side of things and all of the work that goes in behind the scenes to bring all of these different groups together on campus. The day of, it really seems very fluid, but there's a lot that goes into it. And I'm really proud to be a part of it because the work that we're doing is obviously for a good cause. And I think from my perspective, one of the most fulfilling parts is seeing all these different organizations on campus all want to be a part of it so badly, and all volunteer their time and volunteer their students and club members and whatever it may be to help support us in any way. It feels like we're really creating this network of solidarity among multiple different groups.
And Megan, the conversation goes sometimes unnoticed when it comes to suicide because so many people don't even show signs or exhibit signs. You only find out after the fact and after tragedies actually occurred. But you really are on Front Street saying, listen, it's important to have these conversations, but not only just have these conversations, but to provide people with the necessary resources to be able to guide them through. For yourself, knowing what it is as a young adult these days, what society is like, the division, the animosity, the polarity that exists, what's it like on the young adult side for those persons who are really trying to navigate this?
I think that through this walk, we show that no matter what your beliefs are, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background is, we're all here for one another. We have all of our amazing campus resources at the walk as well, our psychological and counseling services. Everyone shows up to show that they're here for each other, and I think that really helps in these times.
Yeah. And Laila, I know also another part that you guys are concerned about is really advocacy, getting the word out, legislation from New York State all the way up to Washington, D.C., really promoting legislation that's going to talk about and deal with suicide prevention. Share with me a little bit, and our viewers, a little bit about the work that's going on with the advocacy component of legislation.
Yeah, so basically a lot of what we do is outreach. And a lot of the purpose of this event is to just bring mental health to the forefront of conversations. And we've really been able to do that through platforms like this and also through outreach at our school. And that's so important because a lot of times, like you said, suicide is kind of behind the scenes and there's a stigma around it and people don't really want to talk about it. And when it is talked about, it almost is taboo or people think it's shameful to talk about. And while Fordham does provide general counseling resources, we feel that the best thing to do is create a network of our peers and a community of peers to really find that solace and that comfort. And so if we are able to spread the word and have more people talking about not just suicide, but mental health and mental health resources in general, the more likely we are to advocate for the resources that we need on campus and beyond in order to combat this issue and make people feel more comfortable talking about it so that they can get help and access the resources they need without feeling the stigma around it.
Right. Megan, do you feel that people are talking more about mental health on campus these days and in these spaces and circles?
I definitely feel like it is happening. I feel like we're having more conversations, especially because we see such a great club involvement. And amazing thing about AFSP is that they put on free programming for college campuses. So we're able to have these programs on our campus through funds raised through the walk. So we're definitely able to engage in that conversation.
Yeah. So the walk itself, let's go back. For people who want to participate, find out, what can they do?
It's super easy. You can register online at afsp.org/Fordham. And then once you register, you can create a team, join a team. We have about 20 teams currently, but if you want to create your own, you're more than welcome to. And then once you register, you'll get emails instructing you how to get to campus and with walk day details.
For yourself, it's got to be a great feeling seeing how it went last year, now this year, the amount of people who are coming out and supporting the money that's actually raised. What's it like for you knowing that you're working for such a great cause?
I definitely feel a lot of pride in my community. I think seeing not only Megan, who's done so much, and this wouldn't be possible without her, but the entire walk committee, just seeing all of the efforts that everyone's put in, it's really a rewarding feeling, especially the day of the walk. I'll never forget, like last year, there was something so special about seeing it all come into fruition and seeing families of past and present Fordham students be there. It felt like we were a part of something bigger than Fordham. And so, yeah, it was a really gratifying feeling.
Yeah. And I know for people who've had the opportunity to participate, an opportunity to really just talk, get it off your chest. And when I say get it off your chest, but share the love, all of that. And then at the end of the day, you start planning for next year, right?
Yes.
Well, thank you both for coming and being with us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Glad to have you. We've got Megan Ruzicka and Laila Sayegh with us. And for more information, visit their website at afsp.org/Fordham. And we encourage you, don't go anywhere. We got more open coming up right after this.